And welcome, episode, I believe it's 6, Alpha Dad Mindset. Helping fathers become the dads their children need them to be. Welcome, episode 6. Today we're talking about what kind of father, what kind of dad do you want to be? And if you're a father, or if you're newly dad, or if you're dad to be, like me, those are questions that you need to answer and ask yourself before your child comes along. Or if you're someone who's maybe already has a child and struggling with the idea of being a dad and not sure how to be a dad, it's time to self-reflect, time to relax, time to dive deep into yourself and decide what kind of father do you want to be. And the last few generations, there's definitely been a absence of fathers. And not just an absence of actual fathers, not having fathers physically in the household, but just an absence of like good fathers, good dads, engaged fathers, dads who are there because they want to be dads. And you can have a father, you can have a dad, but sometimes he can just be sitting there, not engaged, not really doing anything. Not participating in his role of being a dad. Not enjoying it, not really taking any enthusiasm of being a father. And that's a problem. That's an issue. For me, my parents were divorced, I think, around the age of, I think, 5 or 6. They separated. And then I saw my father part-time till about the age of 13, 14. And we did things together. We would do activities together. He'd want to spend time with me. But it was pretty much the same routine. Every second weekend, it was always the same routine over and over again. What are we going to do today? Well, let's go to a movie. Oh, let's go get some poutine. Let's go get a cheeseburger. And it was kind of the same routine over and over. There was no creativity as a father of doing new things and new adventures to me. And that's how, to me, that's how a father with a son or a daughter, that's how they bond, by doing things together and doing different things, having a variety of different things to do. Don't always need to go see a movie or go to the same restaurant and have the same food every week. Do something different. Go play laser tag. Go to the golf course. Go for a hike. Go on vacation together. Go fishing together. Go camping and doing something. Just with you and your child, and that's it. And obviously it's important to do things as a family unit as well, to mom and dad and the child as well, but also having that time just to father and child time, and that's it, just to bond, just to do things. And I think a lot of fathers with a lot of high paying jobs with a crazy schedule, very demanding jobs, may not necessarily have the time to be able to spend because they're out cracking out a 6-figure income every year. Nothing wrong with that. Great. The children are going to be well fed, well paid for. But I've seen it before in my job. I've seen children kind of complain and be upset, like, oh, my dad's got to work. My dad's got to travel. My dad has a great high-paying job, and we live in this great house, $500,000 house, but he doesn't have the time based on his work schedule, whether he's a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever, one of those really high-end paying jobs, doesn't have the time to be able to actually raise their child. So that in those cases, the child is pretty much raised by the nanny. Pretty much. It's the nanny's responsibility to bring up those children. They can afford to have a nanny with that kind of income and that kind of home. But you only get to see your dad maybe on a rare occasion on a weekend night because he's working days, he's working nights. And he comes home when the kid's already asleep and he heads back to work before the kids get up. And I can assure you, I'm going to tell you, for this, is my son is about 3.5 months away. That's not the kind of father I want to be. Nobody's raising this child except for me and my girlfriend, and that's it. So I put myself into a position, to a work schedule where I can provide properly, but I also have flexible work hours where I can spend as much time with my son as much as possible. If there's an emergency, based on my work schedule and the nature of my job, if there's an emergency or soccer game or a birthday, you know what? I'm prioritizing this, and I'm prioritizing my son and having job security. I'm okay. I'm fine financially because I put myself in a position to be able to do that, because having a child and having a son and prioritizing him and prioritizing the time I spend with him and raising him and being a enthusiastic, engaged father is my priority. Number one priority in life. Always. And yeah, I've decided a long time ago that that's the kind of dad that I want to be. 100% that's the kind of father I want to be. Yeah, am I going to have moments when I'm busy and I'm working? Yes, of course. But I want to be involved in my son's life as much as possible. Why? Because I didn't have that growing up. I didn't have that. I didn't have those moments where I'd look forward to Dad getting home and spending Christmas with him and going camping with him, going fishing with him, going for a hike and going on a scout trip together. And I didn't have that, unfortunately. But am I going to sit around and cry about it? No. It is the past. I'm not going to look in the past. I can't change anything. My father made the decisions he made, and I'm not going to make those same decisions. Yeah, I've decided, no, I'm going to create my own legacy, my own life, and what I want is for my son to never have to worry about that. Yeah, Dad may be busy sometimes, but most of the time, for Christmas, for big events, I'll be there. Most weekends, I will be there, 100%. Every now and then, I might get a little busy, but you know what? That's okay. I may leave for a bit, but I'll always come back. And I think becoming a dad, becoming a father, we all have our different priorities. Like, what do you got to ask yourself? What do you want to prioritize? What kind of dad do you want to be? Do you want to prioritize being a dad, or do you want to prioritize making money? You want to prioritize making money? Then you should focus on that before having kids. And some men, unfortunately, may just end up having kids because, oh, it just happens, or it's what my wife wanted. You gotta ask yourself is if that's what you want. Because if that's what you want or don't want, it's not going to be fair for you and not going to be fair for the kids. If it's something that you want and you're enthusiastic and you're ready for it, awesome. Do it. Great. Financially, put yourself in this position where you don't need to worry and you could be engaged in your child's life as much as possible. And like I said, I decided a while ago that that's the kind of father that I want to be as much as possible for him. If I'm bringing a child into this world, it's my responsibility to raise him, to teach him, to mentor him, to guide him, to support him, to love him. That's my job. If I'm not capable of stepping up and committing to that job, then why would I bring a child into this world? I'm bringing one into this world because this is what I want to do, and this is what I want to dedicate my life to, is to raise a child. To raise a little boy. Because I'm excited about it. It's not going to be easy all the time, but the hard work and the dedication and the commitment to me is going to be worth the reward and worth the fulfillment that I'm going to get from that. The title of this video is What Kind of Father That I Want to Be. Well, the best one possible, the best father I could possibly be, because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to leave behind. You know? I may be okay, or let's say mediocre at a lot of things. Maybe at my job, I'm okay with being mediocre at my job, even though I strive to be awesome and professional and try to put the best performance possible for my work. You know what? And if I'm not the best at what I do, that's okay. I can accept that. But what I can't accept is not being a good father. I can be a lot of things, but a horrible father will not be one of them. It will never be one of them. Because that I will never accept for myself. Ever. Ask yourself, can you accept that for yourself? And what kind of dad do you want to be? And on that note, thank you so much for watching, guys. Do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next week for episode 7 of Alpha Dad Mindset. Have a good one.